Hey guys, I know it's been a while, I apologize. So I took I guess you would call it a leap of faith, especially as an older, non-traditional college student, specifically a veteran. I did a homestay, just a weekend, with a group called Labo, which I did not know, never heard of it before, but they actually partner with 4-H in the US. Those of you that have heard of it, those of you that haven't, it's actually a really good program in the US that they have. Sorry, I digress. But anyways, so going into this, I was, of course, nervous. I'm the oldest homestay student, obviously. I did not go to high school or college straight out of high school. So it made me very nervous, especially knowing that Japanese customs are a little bit different, a little bit being very subjective. So the program itself, actually you go through and you have a ceremony, if you will. It's a gathering of these Labo students and these homestay, Ryugakusei, foreign students. So you go to the gathering and everything is a little weird. We had to give presentations on our countries. Of course, I had US of A. Yay! So, because the US is so large, there were a couple of us in my group, and we split it between our hometowns. Well, I did my hometown, which is Houston, Texas, and everybody else did a game. You know, like Red Rover, stuff that we grew up with as kids. So after you go through the gathering, then you have this small ceremony where you officially meet your host, which is typically a student. They range anywhere from 4 years of age to 18. So what you do is once you meet your host, you have dinner with Labo at the gathering, and then you go home with your host. Like, that's it. You go home with the host. So being the age I am and knowing that there is an age gap between myself and my host, who was 19, I was a little nervous. Go figure. And actually, I'm glad I did it. And despite there being an age gap, despite knowing that a lot of not necessarily a lot of Japanese are actually uncomfortable with not only older students like myself, but also those with tattoos. The family I was paired with was actually really amazing. I know they saw my tattoos. They didn't say anything. They didn't care. It's like my tattoos didn't exist. And I got to see Japanese home life in person. So for the veteran students out there, if you are considering something like a homestay option for your study abroad, I would recommend it. I would do your research first. I kind of just jumped into this. No prior research. I kind of just went for it. But if you want to do the homestay option, it is a good option because not only does it let the people that you're going to be staying with see a different side of Americans, but they also get to see older, more mature. Okay, let's be honest, half of us are not mature, but I'm using it as a very relative term. But they get to see a different side of veterans, especially of military. So in Japan, the home life is really similar to the US. Big shocker. But to be welcomed into a family that's not your own, knowing that you're far, far away from not only your family, like your blood family, but your military family. You're really far from them. Yes, you can go to Yokosuka and go to a Navy base and see current military members. But there's something about that close-knit veteran community that you've been a part of, that I've been a part of for the last few years, that most people don't see When they see military or think veterans, they think that all of us are broken. They think that all of us are not, they act like we're not human. And let's be honest, we are. Everyone's seen things in this world and in their time in this world that gets them to the very core of who they are. Veterans just happen to have seen more on the negative side, but we've also seen more on the positive side. We've seen our brothers and sisters come together. We've seen the family that develops from all these people from different backgrounds and different livelihoods just being thrust together in what feels like a social experiment. A very dark social experiment. But I don't think any of us would give up that social experiment, that military life that we had, that we would give it up for normalcy. This is our new normal. And the only way we can continue to move forward, especially as veterans who, whether you have issues or not, whether you have demons, we all have demons. These opportunities like the homestay that I just did and the opportunities for us to go abroad, they're there. And it helps us face our demons more. It seems counterproductive because we're literally throwing ourselves into a situation where most of the time we don't have any control over it. But that's okay, because we put ourselves in those situations because we know we're going to come out stronger. We know we're going to come out maybe not the way we had intended, and we might not see things the way we want them to see, the way we want to see them. But the opportunities that we afford ourselves are the hardest opportunities for us to actually take. The opportunity to study abroad. It's a hard first step. There is a way to get the VA to pay for it, but you have to do your research. There are opportunities like homestays that even we can do, whether we've been to hell and back or whether we're fresh out of high school. It doesn't matter. We can still take those opportunities. It's harder for us, however, because of what we've seen, because of what we've done, because of what we've been through. But I feel like programs like this, like the homestay that I did for the weekend, opens your eyes to something that we forgot we had. We forgot that we could just enjoy a new experience, that we don't need to analyze it, that we don't need to overthink it. Because I'm going to be honest, that's my biggest problem. I overthink everything, especially since I got out of the military. I overthink and overanalyze every single little thing. But this opportunity gave me the chance to step back and remember that I might be a veteran, but I'm also a student. I'm also a sister. I'm also a daughter. I've also got amazing brothers and sisters that I met through the military, that I met through my veterans group. And although it's hard to do that at times, taking this opportunity, doing this homestay, was a good opportunity to help me remember that although we're older, although most of us have seen a lot of bad things, most of us have gone through hell, but we're here. Whether you're thinking about doing a study abroad or not thinking about it, or want to but think that you can't. We make our own destiny. We make our own fate. And the sooner we take that opportunity and grab the bull by the horns, sorry, Texas reference, the sooner we'll be able to get those fleeting moments of just pure enjoyment, just enjoying someone else's laughter, enjoying someone else's happiness. It's harder because we tend to overanalyze, because we tend to think everything through. But those moments are few and far between, but those moments become precious the older you get, especially when you've been in the military or in a military family and then go to the military. So I just wanted to give y'all a small idea of my homestay, but it appears I've gone into further detail. So hopefully I'll get to do another video soon. School's getting a little hectic now that it's only 2 months away till the end, but if you guys want the information about the VA paying for your school, or if you need that information, go ahead and just message me in the comments, and I'll actually put those in the comments later on. So, have a good night, guys. It is very late, and I hope you'll enjoy.